average dude has something to say about...
Okay, Hope may be female, but she is an incredibly amped up physical individual. She is extremely aggressive, and she has a history of showing this aggression, hell, to her own team. She's been benched before because of her out-of-control behavior. But the incident in question, which happened not that long, basically she showed up at her sister was having a party. And she showed up at her sister's house drunk. And, oh my dear God, so you have that drunk relative showing up at your house. And her sister has a son, in other words, Hope's nephew. By the way, a 17-year-old. He's a minor. Sometimes when you see teenagers in the news, the headline says teenager involved. People think a child or a minor. Well, 18, 19, well, that would be an adult here in the U.S. No, he's a minor. So she's in her sister's house, drunk, and she gets into an argument with her nephew who is talking about, he's interested in theater, thespian work, in other words, a stage performer, singing, dancing, that acting, that kind of thing. And he's talking about the athleticism involved with like the dancing on stage. And of course, anyone who has ever had an alcoholic for a family member knows full well that these family members are jerks at family gatherings. They will get into a heated fight with you over the most idiotic, stupid subject matters possible. This isn't even about her, and yet she gets so angry. Oh, I'll teach you about, you want to know about athleticism? And she insults the crap out of him, and he's like, keep in mind, this is his house too, Hope's sister, and this is his house, and his mom's house, not Hope's house. She's there getting into a fight with her nephew over him performing on stage, and she wants to prove how athletic she is. Oh, Hope, you are a piece of alcoholic, drunk trash. Violent trash. She gets into a fist fight. She just slams him to the ground, punches him. Now keep in mind, if you were a parent, would you just stand idly by and let your child be beaten by your sibling? No. So Hope's sister tries to throw Hope out because she's drunk and fighting her, getting into a physical fight with her son in her own house. And so Hope attacks her own sister, beats the crap out of her. And I would like to remind everyone that this situation keeps coming up on the news because there were witnesses. This was a party. Hope's not going to be able to just walk away. Okay? Now, Capriati got a slap on the wrist because she was guilty. Beyond any reason. There were too many witnesses. There was too much proof. But yes, there's favoritism. Women get away with murder a lot of times here in the U.S. Hope is guilty as all get out. Too many witnesses. She left physical bruises with the Adrian Peter case. Remember, police got pictures of the boy. Come on, there are charges. Hope Solo is facing a court date. They're going to have pictures. Evidence showing the bruises and the physical. I mean, for God's sakes, she beat the crap out of her sister and her nephew, who was a minor. So she's physically assaulting a minor and a female. But this is what I said in the last video. Female on female violence gets ignored. Okay, males, if you've been mistreated, abused by a woman, take a moment. I've been there. I've lived through it. Nobody needs to tell me that females can abuse males and get away with it in this country. But I want you to take a moment. Take everybody take a good long look at these links that I have down below in the stories, and also read the comments. They do everything possible not to talk about Hope assaulting a female, her sister. You'll notice that. I certainly noticed it. You'll see discussion about the Hope hitting a male, her nephew. He's a minor, it's wrong. Or, oh, he's a male, it doesn't matter. I mean, I am hearing all of the excuses on this one. Oh, well, you need to understand Hope's married to a football player. She's married to a guy that played football in college. He's not playing it now. And not to mention, he was not there at the party. And I'm hearing that this is false equivalence and all that crap. Yeah, let's go over the excuses for a moment. Ooh. Yes, when it comes to the female professional athletes, they tend to get a slap on the wrist. Capriati got a slap on the wrist. Hope Solo is likely to get a slap on the wrist. And we're already hearing all the excuses for why Hope Solo should be given. She's not like Ray Rice and the others. It's different. No, it's not. Good Lord. And Amanda Hess's crappy article, links below, her article, no, women's soccer does not have a domestic violence problem. Yes, it does. And funny how women's soccer seems to allow her to continue playing when Adrian Peterson has been benched. And keep in mind, there's just a police report in the pictures. And it's going to be the same way with Hope Solo's case. And yet, she's got her Nike endorsements. She's playing. Yeah. I mean, Ray Rice, to heck with that. Adrian Peterson is a closer example of that. Not to mention that Hope Solo attacked a minor and attacked a female and left evidence of both. But you got Amanda Hess's logic deserves some attention. Quote, the false equivalence here is startling. Ooh, let's talk about that one. False equivalence. Oh, Amanda. Thank you for providing that one, because you see, here in America we have what's called football. The rest of the world calls it American football. Okay, the NFL is not a big thing worldwide, only here in the United States. The rest of the world does not care about our American football. They care about world football, which we call soccer. So guess what, Amanda? False equivalence. Thank you for pointing that out. Amanda, thank you. Because women's soccer or men's soccer, soccer in general, generates a lot more money worldwide than American football or the NFL ever will. Not to mention attention. It's a big deal around the world, Amanda. Too bad you weren't aware of that before you tried to make that stupid comparison. Yeah. What the world calls soccer football, and it is the most popular sport the world has, the most money-making sport, hands down. No comparison. None at all. Quote. But spare, she just continues on, quote. Isn't it more likely that the lack of public pressure in Solo's case simply represents the relative lack of attention that women's soccer receives as compared with pro football? Oh, Amanda, again, the world doesn't care about the NFL. The United States does. So she kind of has to switch gears, quote, but spare the indignation about how women's soccer is somehow doing worse on domestic violence than the NFL. If you believe that, you're either a raging football apologist or the commissioner of the NFL. Yeah, if you're not for us, you're against. If you're this, then you're that. Well, Amanda, I guess I don't exist because, first of all, I don't care about professional sports. I like playing football, but I don't care about watching professional football. I have no interest in it. I'd rather play rather than watch someone else do it. I don't care. And I'm certainly not the, oh my God, commissioner of the NFL. Amanda, your logic is that of a kindergartner. Time to wake up and think before you write those stupid articles. Oh my God, but it's not just her. ESPN's Kate Fagan started off by condemning Hope Solo, but then she changed her tune. Oh my God. I have been hearing these excuses for violent females my entire life. And anybody, male or female, that has ever been abused by a female knows that the abusive female, they get away with it. Oh my God, it does so much damage to those that males and females that have been abused by females. Kate Fagan, quote, "The reason the NFL and domestic violence story is so important is because it's holding up a mirror to the rest of society. We can get somewhere better by examining the NFL's failures." I happen to agree with that, but this is where it gets really disgusting. Quote, "Every minute we spend talking about Hope Solo is a minute spent walking down a dead end." Ooh. So the domestic violence in the NFL is a mirror while Hope Solo's violence is a dead end? Kate, Hope Solo didn't just attack a minor boy child. She attacked another female. Care to comment on that? Notice how these idiots are not talking about Hope attacking another female. There's no voice for her sister at all. And let's talk about the reporting on this, because in certain articles you'll see just a family member or sister, half-sister. They can't even respect this woman who was beaten by Hope Solo in her own house, no less. They can't even respect her enough as a victim of violence by Hope Solo to get that reporting right. That's how bad this is. My God. Oh, a quote. "Let's not try and use that as an example to suggest that women are as guilty of domestic violence against their partners, because it is overwhelmingly men who beat their wives." And I will end with this. I wonder how female victims of abuse by other females feel about this.